Ever since I was a kid, I've loved Marvel. But unfortunately, superpowers aren't real, right? Well, what if I told you that mind control was real? How so? BCIs. Brain computer interfaces, or BCIs, are a technology that enables direct connection between the brain and an external device, allowing individuals to control devices using their thoughts alone. To understand BCIs, let's first talk about how we do everything. Neurons. Our brains are filled with neurons, individual nerve cells connected by dendrites and axons. Whenever we think, move, feel, or remember, neurons send electrical signals at high speeds across our body. Let's see how these signals form. In the resting state, a neuron's membrane maintains a negative 70 megavolts charge due to a higher concentration of potassium ions inside and sodium ions outside the cell. When a neuron is involved in communication, excitatory neurotransmitters like glutamate bind to its receptors and create graded potentials. Once these graded potentials reach a threshold of negative 55 megavolts, they trigger depolarization. This is when voltage-gated sodium channels open, allowing sodium to rush in and make the cell more positive. This then generates an action potential, a temporary change in membrane potential, which travels along the axon as an electrical charge that communicates information.
So now you understand neurons, but how exactly do BCIs work?
BCIs act like detectives, gathering electrical signal evidence and predicting their intended outputs.
For example, let's take Mark, who was brave enough to have a BCI implanted in his brain. Now Mark, think about moving your computer cursor to the right.
When Mark does this, the BCI electrodes attached to his brain detect tiny changes in voltage between neurons. Advanced computer software then compares these detected signals with extensive research data on electrical signals associated with moving a cursor. Finally, once the software identifies a matching pattern and recognizes the intention to move the cursor right, it seamlessly moves the cursor in that direction. Magic!
So far, BCIs have allowed individuals with severe paralysis to move things in the computer screen with just their thoughts alone, significantly improving the quality of life. However, with new clinical trials from companies like Elon Musk's Neuralink working to break the barriers of the BCI industry, who knows what the future could bring? Maybe you too could be a superhero.